Huh? Hey.
Go.
Hello Krishna, how are you? I think you are fine. Today I am going to discuss little bit about the concept of distributive justice. Here you remember one thing, that distributive justice is not at all a theory of justice. Actually, justice itself is a distributive concept. So, whatever may be, I'm going to discuss little bit about that. Please listen to me carefully. So, politics to a great extent about who gets what and why. That means whom we are giving something, why we are giving, and what we are giving. This is an important question in political science. In most of the country, some facilities like food, safe drinking water, health care, and many such things are not available to all citizens. And I think you are also aware of that fact. In India also same thing is going on. The question is, what is the basis on which this distribution is justified? That means on what basis we will distribute the things among the people. Generally, there are three criteria for distribution of goods and services. These are desert, merit, and need. You just try to remember first what desert is. Justice is thus more often than linked with distribution. It is distributive concept. And what is the meaning of the term desert? The concept of desert, which arrived from the old French word deserte, 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 meaning to deserve. That means who deserve, he or she will get, refers to the actions of men and women that results special treatment either in the form of rewards or in the form of punishment. It is suggested that the rewards or punishment that a man or woman receive or is satisfied to are a consequence of his or her efforts and actions. That means what a particular person is doing. If he has given his 100% and if he had done a very good job, then he will be rewarded. And the opposite will happen if you disturb all the things. So you will get the reward. Desert means you just remember actions of men and women that result special treatment. Special treatments means either good treatment or bad treatment, whatever may be. Then second one is the criteria of merit is very similar, means meritorious needs to be rewarded. Who are meritorious, they will get reward. They will come out as first, second, or with distinction, all these things. But this principle is subjective. Subjective in the sense that if a particular student whose father or mother or whose parents are in a position to give him some number of home tutors, and his financial condition is also very good, and during the examination he is not suffering from any disease, then it will be easier for him to show a good result. But if a particular person during the time of examination, if he or his mother or fathers who are suffering from some diseases, and for that he cannot uh, done justice in the examination, in that case should he deserve to be an unsuccessful candidates in the examination? That is a question we must have to think twice. Okay, and that is why I am saying that it is subjective, it is not objective. Whenever we are giving rewards to a meritorious person, we must have to find out what are the conditions which make him actually meritorious, and what are the conditions which making another person unsuccessful. Without with taking these things into consideration, it is better or it is worthwhile to give proper justice to the people. A student who may become unsuccessful in the examination will get punishment through the means of through the means of detention. That means he or she is failed. But some other factors, such as his own health condition or financial problem, may stand in the way of his success. In that circumstances, can it justified for that students deserve to fail? Thus, it is very difficult to isolate individual actions and efforts from what goes on in society, especially what the society considers desirable, valuable, or meritorious. Society is regarded these things as valuable, these things as desirable, these things are meritorious, but they must have to take into consideration other factors also. Then last one is need. Need as a criteria suggests that people might differ in their capabilities. Their capabilities may not be same, as well as needs. Their needs also may not be same. The principle of justice based on need would agree that irrespective of people's capabilities, their need ought to be fulfilled. That means each according to his capacity, to each according to his need. He may not be capable, he may not be a very meritorious person, very educated person, but his family belong to 7 members of 8 members. Then it is justified on the part of the society or the government to give more assistance to him to look after his family. Actually, if we liked in a world of, if we actually what happened if we lived in a world of abundant resources a supplier there, okay, no dearth of supply is there, then perhaps the question of justice would not have arisen. Since that is not going on, the question of who should get what and why will always be an important question for the political theorist. So, what is distributive justice? We should distribute justice on the basis of certain criteria. And what are those criteria? Desert, merit, and needs. And desert means the action of the individual on the basis of which we will give him reward or punishment. Merit means also his individual performance, but that individual performance are conditioned by various factors. And need means if the need of the people is more, he may not be a qualified person, he may not be a deserving person, then also from the point of view of justice, he or she should have to get those things from the states which are necessary at least to lead his life. So, if the resources are more and demand are less, then the question of justice is not there. But as the resources are less and demand or population are more, that is why the question of justice are nowadays disturbing us. So, thank you today. I just try to understand what I am saying. If there is any problem, you can ask me the question. So, again, thank you to you.